is the beautiful country Oman. In this video, I will be sharing with you everything you need to know about visiting this country, including all the tips and tricks. Oman is a country on the southeastern coast of the Arabian Peninsula in West Asia, sharing land borders with Saudi Arabia, UAE and Yemen. I will be sharing advice on SIM cards and how to save money on that, how the flight experience is going to Oman with Oman Air, ATM machines and cash withdrawals, hotel experiences, how to save money on taxi rides because they can be very expensive, transportation, what the people are like in Oman, the weather, the food, and also most importantly the best things to do there. So make sure to subscribe to our channel as we're a small channel and it really helps us out a lot. Let's start off with the flight information. Now you can fly to Oman with many different flight carriers, but we decided to fly with Oman Air. Oman Air is the flag carrier of Oman, based at Muscat International Airport and operates domestic and international passenger services. So we flew with Oman Air for both from London to Salalah and then Salalah to Muscat as well. Overall, I was really impressed with the seating, the flight entertainment, and also the food in Oman Air as well. It was a really comfortable seat. There was lots of different options to watch on the entertainment system. The customer service was really nice, and also, as I said before, the food was actually very well presented. Unfortunately, I didn't get a video of the food, but as I said, it was not disappointing and we really enjoyed it, and we really enjoyed our journey from London to Muscat and also Muscat to Salalah, and then we came back with Oman Air as well. Our flight tickets were around £400 per person in economy, and no, we did not use any points. I believe it just worked out a little bit cheaper because we flew to Salalah even though we still had a stopover in Muscat. We also got given these amenity kits which everyone in economy was given, and it included toothbrush, toothpaste, eye patches as well as some socks. When we landed in Muscat airport, we were very impressed. It was really nice and clean, really modern. It had many different outlets, many different stores, restaurants, cafes, and very well directed as well. There were also some machines where you could actually get some tickets to use free Wi-Fi, which we really appreciated because at this point we hadn't bought a SIM card yet as we were traveling onwards to Salalah. There were also other facilities which we were very impressed with, like playrooms for little kids, including relaxation rooms. The bathrooms were clean and very well staffed, smoking rooms. There were also a spa, hotel, and other general things that you tend to find in airports. There were also prayer rooms for those that wanted to use it, and there were also spaces just to sit down and relax. So let's talk about the important stuff like SIM cards. If you're arriving in Muscat or in Salalah, chances are you're going to want a SIM card to use data or minutes. We went with Ooredoo, which has really good reviews, and I believe it's an Omani SIM card a brand, so we went with this, and you can find their stores in the airport and it really makes no difference where you get it from. So as soon as we came out with our bags at the airport, we went to the store, and this is what the name is, Ooredoo. I hope I'm pronouncing it right, and they have many different plans for different people. We went for the 16 GB because we were going to use Wi-Fi in the hotel anyway, so that's what we recommend. In terms of exchanging money, you can do it from the cash machines, or of course you can do it from back home. I would recommend actually doing it from a souk or a local place in Muscat or Salalah rather than the cash machines. In terms of hotels, there are many different options. In Oman, you've got resorts with beaches, you've got tropical places in Salalah like the Anantara resort there. You have also got the option of going with budget hotels or just city hotels standard like Marriott, like a Penske. There are all different options, especially when you're going to Muscat or Salalah. And one thing I will say is they really go above and beyond regardless of the hotel that you stay in, or at least that was what we had for our experience. We also really enjoyed the facilities in all our hotels, and the customer service was amazing. Hotels were immaculate and the food was amazing, and so was all the other facilities. Now moving on to to the food generally overall in Oman, you can really have fine dining, you can have really nice food which you can pay a lot of money for, or you can just pay standard prices and go out to the city center or to the souk area and eat where the locals eat. There are many dessert places as well that I would recommend that you visit, and I'll put it down below in the caption. And you can also go really cheap, so the services actually in Oman are super affordable, and the food is really nice, high quality, and very well prepared. So I was really impressed with the food at the service stations. If you do travel by car and have stopovers, I highly recommend you try that out. And do remember to try karak tea when you are in Oman. It was one of the best, and also again super affordable. The people in Oman are amazing. We've had a really good experience with everyone in Oman. Super friendly. Wherever we would go, people would kind of come up, have loads of questions, would want to take pictures, and just wanted to get to know us, and we wanted to get to know them. So it was a great experience overall, and we really enjoyed getting to know Omani people. Taxis is a big one now. Taxis in Oman are super expensive. If you haven't already found that out online, I will tell you now, they are expensive. One of the most expensive in the Middle East from my experience. But what I did notice is that they're mostly expensive from the big hotels or the hotels that you're staying in. Now here you can see I'm showing you a live app while I was in Muscat. When I ordered the taxi from my hotel, it is 16.7 riyal, which works out about nearly £40. But if I order the taxi just around the corner from my hotel, it is 2 riyal, which works out about £4. So you can see the huge difference in the transportation money. So I would really recommend that don't book taxis from your hotel if you want to save your money, because you will be overcharged. There are of course public buses that you can use in Oman, and to be honest, we didn't really mind it. They had ACs inside and they were comfortable, but again, you can't really get buses from everywhere, so you don't really want to be relying on them, as the public transportation in Oman can be a little bit not reliable. Another option for you is to hire a car in Oman. The roads in Oman are actually really good, unless of course you go out to the desert or go out to rocky landscapes, which you might want to do, and in this case you might actually want to hire a 4x4. But absolutely, hiring a car and exploring Oman by road is very much possible, and it's actually pretty safe as well. Just make sure you look into maybe a 4x4. Now let's move on to the weather. The summer, which in Oman can get very hot, can be up to 50 degrees or even more. It was 50 degrees when we were there in May/June. So if you're going to go from May all the way till October, it's going to be very hot unless you go to Jabal Shams or the mountains. Cooler months are generally the months outside of April to October, which can be bearable and also mild weather. Next up are things to do in Oman. Number one is Damaniyat Island. Damaniyat Island are a small archipelago off the coast of Muscat, reachable in 40 minutes by speedboat. This has to be one of our most memorable day trips. It's actually half a day trip and it's very affordable. The day trip includes going on the speedboat, snorkeling with turtles, and I mean a lot of turtles, snorkeling with amazing marine life, and you can book this day tour actually using the QR code showing on the screen right now, or the link down below. It also included swimming with whale sharks, which are nearly extinct, so it's really truly once in a lifetime opportunity. And also we got to have some sandwiches provided by the tour guide. Next up is a day trip to Wahiba Sands Desert as well as Wadi Bani Khalid. Both are very popular spots in Oman, and you can do a day trip from Muscat, again using the QR code that I'm showing on the screen or the link down below. private day trip included pickup from our hotel, then driving off to Wahiba Sands Desert, which is in the heart of eastern Oman. The Wahiba Sands is actually an ocean of regular dunes that seem to stretch out endlessly. Pale gold at noon, the towering piles of sand really shift between rich yellow and also coppery orange when the sun is at the lower angles. It also includes you going to a Bedouin camp where you can have some coffee, see camels just out and about, and also just admire beautiful sunrises or sunsets. Then you will head off after admiring the beauty of Wahiba Sands Desert towards your way to Wadi Bani Khalid. Wadi Bani Khalid is a wilaya or a province in the northern government of the eastern region of Oman with beautiful blue, emerald green color and just the right temperature water for you to cool off even if you visit in the summer months. You will often find locals here having a great time, and we also enjoyed our time here. Next up is doing a day trip to Nizwa, Jabal Akdhar as well as Birkat Almos. Now on this day trip it includes 3 amazing destinations again from Muscat, and you can book this tour using the QR code showing on the screen or the link down below. Nizwa is an ancient city, one of the oldest cities in Oman, and it was actually once the center of trade, religion, education and art. And today when you visit Nizwa, your guide will take you through the souk there. You will have a look at the different spices, the different pottery places that are there. You can even see some pottery being made, pottery being painted. You will also be surrounded by date trees. There is also a museum there as well, which you can of course visit. One of the most popular places to visit in Nizwa is the Nizwa Fort, which was actually built in the 17th century, and today it is a popular tourist destination. It is also one of the most Instagrammable places and probably a place that you've come across on social media. So I highly recommend that you actually do this day trip, especially even if it is just to visit Nizwa, but not to forget that this day trip actually includes 2 other amazing destinations as well. Next up on this day trip, you will be taken high up on the mountains, which is called Jabal Akdhar, one of the highest mountain ranges in Oman itself, and you will also visit an old village, and you will also go to a place where you will normally in the right weather and conditions find pomegranates, apricots and roses growing in abundances due to its mild Mediterranean climate. You will also visit Birkat Almos on this day trip, and this is a link there and the QR code that you can see on the screen in front of you that you can use to book this day trip and also find out more information. The next day trip is actually most likely going to be suitable for you if you're in Salalah, because this is closest to Salalah and will be very far away from Muscat. So this day trip actually includes you going to a UNESCO World Heritage Site where you will see frankincense growing, and you will also see the fields which are used by the famous perfume company called Amouage, which is a luxurious perfume company. And you can book this day trip again using the QR code on the screen that you can see or the link down below. But as I said before, most likely going to be suitable if you're going to be in Salalah or down south of Oman. You can also see black camels on this day trip, including a trip to the Empty Quarter, which is a different desert to Wahiba Sands. Empty Quarter or Rubal Khalil is a desert encompassing most of the southern third of the Arabian Peninsula, and it covers some 650,000 kilometers squared, including parts of Saudi Arabia, Oman, UAE and Yemen. I honestly really like this desert. I actually preferred it more than the Wahiba Sands desert, especially because it was more quieter and the dunes here were more higher. here, or it might just be because of the location of the desert that we were taken to. But if I had to go back, I would definitely go back to the empty quarter, as I really like the sunset here. It truly has to be one of the best sunsets I have seen on a desert trip, and we have visited quite a few deserts now, so I have to say that for my personal choice, if you're in Salalah, do not miss this trip and definitely make a trip to empty quarters. You will not be disappointed. You can book this day trip using the QR code being shown on your screen right now. Moving on, the last day trip that I'm going to be talking about in this video includes a day trip in Muscat. If you don't want the hassle of traveling on your own, this day trip in Muscat will be the one for you. It includes a visit to the largest mosque in Oman called the Sultan Qaboos Mosque, which is a highlight of this trip, including a visit to the Royal Opera House and Al Alam Palace in Muscat, alongside many other stops. So you can book the day trip using the QR code on the screen that is being shown right now. And I really hope that you have enjoyed watching this video and it's been informative and educational for you. We are quite a small channel, so please do make sure you subscribe if it was helpful to watch this video, as it really helps us out a lot. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments down below. I can't wait to see you in the next video. Take care.